Today is July 8th, and it's going to be a scorcher. So we're supposed to hit close to 100 today, high humidity with severe rainstorms later in the afternoon. So my plan is to finish cutting up the log I was working on yesterday, get that cut up, split into pieces, and then I'm going to clean up and call it a day. I'm not going to overdo it because we're supposed to get some very severe weather and I don't want to be part of that. So what I did yesterday is I pulled the air cleaner. The unit was getting harder to start because it was getting caked up with sawdust. So I put this in the ultrasonic cleaning tank and I got it cleaned up again. Because last time I was having trouble starting it, I put it through the tank, got it good and clean, and made a huge difference starting the unit up. Once it starts, air starts getting clogged in the filter, starts giving issues. So this is all clean again, and that's something you need to do every once in a while on a chainsaw, is make sure your air cleaner is clean. That's just as important as making sure you got bar lube, sharp chain, and gas. So just going to go through everything, make sure that we're good today. So the filter's on. Let's see, I think the chain is still good, still nice and sharp from yesterday. All right, so now it's time to do all the things. So we've got to put some gasoline in here. Oh, it's already full. Must have filled it up yesterday when I gave up because it wouldn't start. So I imagine the oil's filled up too. Let's take a look at that. Yep, okay. Yeah, so yesterday when I shut it off, I couldn't get it to go again. So I think the air filter had its last little bit of clogging to stop it from starting up. So we're good to go now. I'm gonna suit up. I gotta put on my chaps and my helmet and my gloves, and we'll get going. So here's where I left off yesterday. I bonked most of this apart except for that last little nub, and you can see that there's just a big chunk of wood here, and this is kind of the gnarlier spots. The black is where I shoved in the wedges, so some of the paint on the wedges came off. But I was able to cut this right down the middle. So when you get really weird grain, it's better to just cut it into what I call BTU blocks, because the splitting wedge just won't go through all that squirrely grain. You can see some of the grain here. I mean, this is nice and clean, but this is right around the area where there was a branch, and you can see how it curves. So when the wood curves like that, it doesn't want to split very easily, so it's easier just to cut it into chunks and put it in the hydraulic jack, or the hydraulic splitter rather, and do what you got to do. See, here's another branch here that's healed over, so there's a really curvy splitting impediment right there. So it's better to just chainsaw it and get it into chunks and then deal with it on the hydraulic splitter, and that makes easy work of it. So time to get going. Enough talking, let's do some sawing. So I pretty much got done all that I wanted to. I got that last log busted apart, got the wood stacked, got the sawdust picked up, and we have just 2 more to go. And then we're finished. And I'm looking forward to being done with this. We've got 80 gallons of sawdust. This is going to come in handy to dress the top of the hugel garden. So what I've been doing is taking some sawdust and just laying it down around the plants. Here's an area where I've been working on that. So that keeps the weeds down. It also keeps the moisture in the soil for the plants. These are full shade plants, so the area really doesn't dry out all that quick, but it's nice to be able to put some mulch down that holds the moisture in here. That way these plants can thrive in these conditions. They have plenty of shade like they want, a nice damp surface to feed the roots, and some mulch on top to keep the weeds out of the way. And here's a new addition to the hugel garden. This is a hummingbird nest basket. So I have it hanging from an oak tree. I think I need to put it up a little higher, but it's here. I splurged a whole $3.99 at the junk store. Thinking it'd be kind of nice because we already do have other birdhouses in here, and most of them are occupied. This one needs a little rework. Looks like the roof's got a little leak to it. But these nests get used in the spring, so it's nice to keep these in here with the hugel bed. This one here's got a squatter. And we have birds in here as well. We've also got a beehive. And an owl with a cataract. So that's it for now, folks. We'll see you next time.